Played a bit more Rise of the Ronin. And
What do you think of that? Like really?
Okay, so now that I've done a second session of it, it actually is like I can see it coming into its own and what it's trying to do. The first session was like, yo, it's updated Neo with some cool shit going on, and just an introduction to the familiar things I remember from those games. With the second, sesh, we were like, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10 hours in or so.
Right.
You're taking so all that armor system stuff we talked about.
Yeah,
right?
well, we're not gonna talk about it again.
Yeah. Flying is a big part of like what makes traversal feel good.
Sorry,
In that
flight.
You open up your Assassin's Creed Leonardo da Vinci wings and fly across rooftops.
Like
Batman,
like Arkham Batman.
You Arkham your way
Okay.
through the city. And then you Arkham, and then you grapple and pull yourself to grapple points.
All right.
Launch yourself higher or land on a roof. And, like, you are Ronin Batmaning from rooftop to rooftop.
That's not what I fucking thought.
Right?
I have literally not seen even a single screenshot of that particular mechanic. That's weird.
You are Arkhaming your way over enemies and dropping into takedowns.
That's that Batman.
And then going into Neo combat, you are grappling and pulling dudes from the ground up to your roof.
Oh, that's cool.
And taking them out, or isolating them from the group. So humongous Batman stuff happening on top of your Neo system, right? Okay, so that all works and creates
That's weird.
Creates a very unique feel to it, right?
Yeah.
Second, you're doing this, and then you're also going and you do some quests and you meet people. And anyone who, like, I guess you hang out with or talk to enough, there's a big fucking flash, and there's like, this is now your friend. You've made an ally.
Yeah,
and like you're in the background, and they're standing there, and it's like, yo, fuckface has joined you.
It reminds me of do you remember that FF7 trailer that showed too much during the presentation?
Right.
And they were like, social events with friends, and it was like Cloud and Vincent standing 20 feet from each other, ignoring each other.
yeah. Okay, so here, and then like, yeah, early-ish, whatever, like nonsense fucking spoils, I guess, but it's like it's such a small bit. The first boss is this asshole that, like, you beat him the fuck up, and he's like a evil whatever bandit type lord.
Right.
And then you get the cutscene is him crawling on the ground going, yo, wait, hold on, right?
Yeah, okay.
Begging for his life and shit. And he's like, I can pay you. What do you want? I got you, And then you can choose between, like, okay, fine, spare him, fuck you, kill him.
Right.
Or, like, what kind of reward are we talking about? And then you can, like, reward and kill or reward and don't, whatever,
right, okay.
So I was like, all right, fucker, get out of here, and took the reward and went on. And then do a side quest a little bit later, walking in the open world, and like you have to go. Some sketchy dude is like, "Yo, this dude ripped me off. Go fuck him up." And you go, and it's the guy that you spared.
Great.
And then you're like, "Oh," and then he's like, "Oh, hey, yo, it's you. What's going on? Oh no, yo, don't fuck me up. In fact, how about we team up and we go fuck up the guy that hired you to fuck?" And you're like, "Okay, whatever, sure." You're like hijinks button, right? Okay. So you go with the hijinks. And then, so you sneak back to the first guy, the quest giver, and you KOTOR betrayal.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
on the dude and whatever. Take them out, fight goes down, and the dude's like, yo, that was so sick, awesome, cool, here's the reward, thanks for helping me, you didn't kill me, that rules, I'll see you later. Gonzo is now your friend.
He's your pal.
And your friend is now selectable in every mission, and is a partner that will roll with you as a NPC that fights alongside you, and in the fight, you can take control of them and switch between your entire party while doing Neo-style fighting and missions.
That's way more than I thought was there.
Humongous difference to the flow. So, yes, you have, these areas that you would progress through, and then you go, you can go to the main area, take out the threat, open up town, and, like, there'll be a boss that's probably too hard or somewhere, all that shit. But but the flow of the game overall, with the horseback, with the multiple party members that you take direct control over, or just they fight with you on the squad, it's building on top of the base thing that, you know, Team Ninja has gotten really good at, in a way that's like, oh yeah, that's why this game exists.
That's a lot more ambitious than I thought this game was.
Yes,
I thought this game was just open world Neo.
So everything Team Ninja's been doing has been building over that Neo system, and kind of like, you know, like Stranger of Paradise, we talked about like the FF version of that and everything, and like they're remixing like how your I guess like stamina and like items and sitting down at bonfires and all that shit works, corpse running, etc. But this is a gameplay expansion with tons of features and a huge difference in the flow of play in general. Yeah, it's big. It feels really different. You're kind of looking at a, you know, you have your Tsushima Japanese countryside you can horse through, open spots that are like, you know, for infiltrating and questy feeling areas and stuff. But yeah, they just threw some Batman, they threw some Tsushima, they threw some, I don't know what's another game where you take control of multiple parties at the same time, but like I'm fighting off a boss and like the boss is wrecking me direct one-on-one, and then I'm like, okay, hold on, switch over to this guy, he's in the clear. And as long as your active party member is, well, if someone else goes down, you can go pick them back up. But if you're about to go down, you can switch to one that can go pull yourself back up, and you're fine.
I saw some footage of Rise of the Ronin, and I feel like there needs to be a term for this. Maybe there is that I don't know about. But sometimes you see it with character action games, but I kind of mean specifically not character action games, where somebody put up a video of like, this is what 100 hours in Rise of the Ronin looks like.
Right.
And I don't know if you saw that video.
No.
But it's incomprehensible nonsense.
Okay.
Like, this guy is juggling people and firing off fucking Aijutsu energy blasts and doing all sorts of nonsense parry shit. Okay. And I'm like, what the
in Rise of the Ronin?
Yeah, in Rise of the Ronin. And there's people that do like 120 hours of Cyberpunk, and you're just like, what the fuck is the player character doing?
Right. I mean, it's the other thing too that I noticed is like every time some of the people I met would be like, oh, this guy that's your friend that you can bring into battle with, and fight with you, etc. You can also you build up your relationship with these characters and stuff. There's like a social score, and they seem to be mostly not all, but they seem to be associated mostly with giving you a weapon in a style.
Okay.
So you know how like every weapon in Neo has high, low, mid.
Yep.
Right. So you want to get mid katana, you get it from this guy.
Great. Okay.
This guy's got low spear, you know, and like you can progress down that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So pretty good for that, and the upgrade tree stuff as well. And an interesting system in that like it's not just like corpse run to pick up your souls and like you die and they're gone type of thing. There's a mixture of hard experience and like soft experience in a way. There's like skill points, I think
is it like you clear a full level and the level gets stocked and you can't lose that, but the progress to that level can be lost?
There's experience that is just that you're gaining that you don't lose as you just do quests and adventures and mainline shit.
Right.
And then there's a second bar that is like when you kill strong enemies, they give you skill points that don't turn into skill points until you sit at a bonfire. And if you...
That is kind of like Sekiro.
Okay.
Not quite, but it kind of a little bit.
And like you'll hit the cap and then you'll go over and you'll see a bunch that you're holding, and like you sit down and then they get converted and then you can hold those points until you spend them or their currency, right? But as long as they're held on your body in just like ethereal form, you get killed by an enemy, that guy has the points on him directly.
Okay.
It's not on the ground.
It's on the guy.
It's on the guy. And you have to kill the guy, and that
the guy that you killed you. Okay.
And that starts a vendetta system.
That's great.
Right? So yeah, it's an interesting way of doing it. And for me, who likes to go up to shit and like take a crack at it, and it's like you're 5 times under-leveled.
Well, I'm trapped here because he ate all my bullshit.
So here we go. You know, it is an interesting thing that and how they're doing it. So yeah, like no, it feels like now it's coming into its own, and I can see like what the design choices are. You know, and they had the chance to feature creep on a team that loves the quality of life. Everything is like, I can only imagine how much comes later and stuff. But it feels like there's a fuck ton to do, you know.
I saw the map and it looked incomprehensible with like icon vomit.
Yeah, that seems
so
like
I believe you when you say there's a lot to do.
That feels like it can get there. So far, it's like it's a bit sparse for now, but it's just the beginning. One thing definitely worth mentioning: there's an online co-op mechanic as well, where you can start and.
Oh, that's what the two characters are for. Okay.
Yeah. So if you don't play with NPCs that you take control over, you can let people connect and fight with you.
Okay, that makes sense.
And it runs like shit.
Yeah, it does.
People were fucking gritzing and connections were bad, and the rollbacking / correction for sync desync that happens. NPC enemies will roll back while they're fighting.
Oh, that rules. That's so good.
You see the actual enemies roll back or you know, like snap into a different place where the host's game perhaps was at or so. And it's like, oh yeah, okay, Team Ninja's not got the co-op thing going. They're still struggling with it.
That's really funny.
Yeah. So yeah, but still really cool shit. And fortunately, there's more than enough going on that online can be completely ignored. It feels like doesn't fucking matter. In fact, you're hurting yourself by taking up those 2 slots with randoms when you could put people that you want to use and take control of in those slots. You know, so
I don't know where the fuck I would even try and check that out. I got all these fucking titty ass phone games to play.
So I guess question for anybody that has been doing the Keeping Up with Team Ninja's like releases as they've been going, safe to say that if you're like looking at these games, would you say that it's cool to just like jump straight here if you haven't like gotten used to the mechanics of like Neo 2 or perhaps Wolong and some of the progression as well?
I feel like they're all totally separate,
right? Because I didn't jump to Neo 2 because I was still enjoying Neo 1. But if you just want to see what the latest of what they're offering is up to, then yeah, definitely.